What's good, everybody? This is actually my first video that I've recorded down here. I've done streams, but not just straight videos. As you guys know, still recovering from my surgery, so I don't have access to my studio, which is upstairs. I can't really get up there, but there's some things that I wanted to discuss here, so we're going to talk about those things. Figured I fired up the StreamYard, and let's go. So Agatha All Along is about to drop. We have the red carpet premiere. This is coming from Variety. There's two videos that I want to go through. We'll watch it. I'll give some brief commentary in between those videos, and then we'll talk about it after the case. Okay, so this is right here, Sashir Zamata, talking about Agatha All Along. Let's listen in on this real quick.
It's been described to me that Agatha is the gayest project Marvel has ever done. Agree?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Why is it?
You'll see. You'll see when you watch it. But, you know, I think witches are queer inherently just because we are outcast and like set aside for many reasons. And I think this show shows a really good representation of different types of people and that we can all use the power we have within to like go forth and be great.
It's been described to me.
Well, that's interesting. Getting a lot of acolyte vibes there. I thought she was actually going to say the power of many there. Okay, now we're going to listen to Aubrey Plaza and what Aubrey had to say. Let's take a look.
I'm told, I've seen the first episode, but Agatha is the gayest Marvel project yet. Do you agree?
It better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is.
I'm told.
Well, first of all, obviously, this is just complete bait from Variety. They are obviously saying this with the intention to, I don't know, look, this thing is so corporate and a lot of this stuff is scripted. You know, there's approved things that you can ask, questions and all that good stuff. So I imagine that everybody over there at Marvel was in on this question. And it's something like, again, we just saw this from Disney. I'll go ahead and take this away just really quickly. But we already saw this from Disney with The Acolyte, and it was a similar thing, where, right? It was so-and-so, nerds are queer, right? You had Amanda saying that. This is the gayest Star Wars, all that. It's the same thing. They are running it back. So this tells me one of two things. Number one, that they don't care, okay? That's a potential option. They are all in on whatever narrative in this regards. Maybe it is this homosexuality or whatever with regards to this modern social justice nonsense. Perhaps that's it, right? Or on the other hand, maybe they didn't learn anything at all. And perhaps it's just a combination of both. Because, you know, I often think like, okay, we're on the internet. You know, you have your creators that you gravitate towards, people that talk about various different topics. Everybody has those guys that they gravitate towards. And sometimes it can trick you into believing that is like the narrative, okay? Or that is like a position that is adopted by everybody. And it's not, right? And maybe that's more or less of what happened when you have those guys over there at Disney. They just believe that this is the move. It didn't work the first, 5-6 times, but this is the move. Everybody that's around them has stated as such. So if you wonder why, you know, I love Ribbon and Silverback show that I do with Az, and Az is more tapped in on what's going on because these are shows and stuff that he watched. So we have this awesome dynamic. Definitely me. I've moved on from a lot of this stuff as a businessman. And I do my own thing, right? Trying to be a part of the solution for sure. And, you know, Az comes from that perspective of still that fan, and he gives that insight. So you have that insight from those that, or from that perspective from someone that's still tapped in, and then the perspective from someone that is can look at this just from a business perspective and just in regards to strategy. And it is sort of baffling that they're still going in this direction. But this is why I accepted long ago. First of all, this isn't Agatha. You guys have watched my old videos when I was still covering this. They dropped the ball on this. This isn't Agatha at all. It's funny that they have the Fantastic Four that they have access to now, and maybe they are going to still try to weave that in. But I mean, with her being younger, trending younger, none of this really makes any sort of sense. This is some sort of just using characters. It's just the characters in name. and whatever directors, writers, producers are attached to them, and whatever narratives that they want to put out there, they're going to utilize the characters to do that. And I've accepted that mainstream brands that I had loved growing up, that's what they are now, right? And that's not a black pill by any means. The old stories, books, and shows, and movies and stuff that we've watched, those are still there. They're still available. They may be censored to hell for sure if you get digital versions of those, but you get what it is that I'm saying. Especially the comics, those aren't going anywhere. They're still there. This is, that's there. But as far as who controls them now and the direction that they're going in, this is just what you're going to get. And they're going to double down, triple down, quadruple down. And you should anticipate and expect that. This is the era of media, at least with regards to the mainstream, that we are in. The second that you get, oh, I think they got it. Maybe they understand that this is a bad move. The second you get that, they revert right back to their other way. So this is why I've said, because this stuff is in production, let's just assume. And I'm not saying that the show itself is quote unquote woke. I want to be very, very clear. I'm not stating that by any means. What I'm saying is that what they're trying to use it as far as a vehicle remains the exact same. Right? That has not changed. It's not going to change. And I've embraced and I've accepted that. I think everybody here should do that. So Agatha, go Agatha. Disney is gonna Disney. I think that if you are still clinging, going back to my original point, everything that they do that you think is right seems to be an outlier. And because this stuff takes years to develop. This is why I said it may get worse before it even gets better, because even if we were under the assumption that they had changed their minds and they now all of a sudden got it wrong, there's all this stuff coming down the pipeline. Still, that's fit in those old ways. But I'm of the opinion that they're not changing regardless.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.